AI and the 5 fractures of intelligence. I didn't notice it at first. It started small. A quick answer here, a shortcut there. A moment where I chose convenience over thinking. And then one day, I caught myself pausing. Not because I didn't know the answer, but because I had forgotten how to arrive at it. That's when the question hit me. If intelligence is something I can outsource, what happens to the part of me that used to struggle, doubt, and discover? This isn't a story about machines taking over. It's about something quieter and far more personal. It's about the subtle fractures forming in the way we think, the way we trust, and the way we understand the world. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. The whisper before the storm. The real problem is not whether machines think, but whether men do. B. F. Skinner. Close your eyes for a moment, not to escape the world, but to see it more clearly. Have you ever felt that something subtle is shifting in the way you think, decide, or even understand yourself? Tonight, I want to explore a quiet but powerful question with you. What happens when intelligence is no longer something we rely on within ourselves, but something we begin to outsource to machines? This is not just a story about artificial intelligence. It is a story about us, about the invisible exchanges we make every time we rely on technology to think, suggest, or decide on our behalf. Because beneath the convenience of AI lies a deeper structure of patterns. And beneath those patterns are hidden costs that are shaping our minds in ways we rarely stop to notice. The black box within. What I cannot create, I do not understand. Richard Feynman. There was a moment not long ago when one of the world's most advanced AI systems began producing strange and incomprehensible responses. It was not simply wrong. It felt almost surreal, as if logic itself had slipped into something dreamlike. For a brief period, even the engineers who built the system could not explain what was happening. They could only observe and attempt to stabilize it. This is what experts call the black box problem. Unlike traditional software, which follows clear instructions that can be inspected and debugged, modern AI systems are built from massive neural networks composed of billions of parameters. When we look inside, we do not see reasoning in a human sense. Instead, we see patterns of numbers interacting across layers, much like neurons firing in a brain. It is not that the system is broken. It is that its way of thinking is fundamentally different from ours, and in many cases, beyond our full understanding. The strange intelligence. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. Albert Einstein. In 2016, an AI system made a move in a complex board game that shocked experts around the world. The move seemed irrational, even incorrect, by human standards. But as the game unfolded, it became clear that the move was not only valid, but brilliant. This moment revealed something deeply important. AI does not think like humans. It does not rely on intuition shaped by experience in the same way we do. Instead, it explores vast possibilities and arrives at solutions through patterns we may never naturally consider. From a scientific perspective, this is because AI can process and evaluate enormous amounts of data simultaneously. Where a human sees a single path, the machine evaluates an entire landscape of possibilities. Psychologically, however, this challenges our sense of uniqueness. We have long believed that creativity and insight were deeply human traits. But AI is beginning to demonstrate forms of problem-solving that feel surprisingly creative. The birth of explanation. We are trying to prove ourselves wrong as quickly as possible. Richard Feynman. In response to this growing mystery, researchers have begun developing a new field known as explainable AI. The goal is simple in theory, but incredibly complex in practice, to understand how and why these systems make the decisions they do. Scientists are attempting to map internal patterns within AI models, identifying how certain inputs lead to specific outputs. In many ways, this mirrors neuroscience, where researchers try to understand how the human brain produces thought and behavior. This work is slow and often uncertain, but it reflects a deeper need. We do not just want AI to work, we want to trust it, and trust often depends on understanding. The challenge, however, is profound. We are trying to interpret systems that were not designed to be easily interpretable. In doing so, we are also forced to question whether understanding is always necessary for intelligence to exist. The bias we fed it. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Carl Jung. AI systems learn from data, and that data comes from human behavior. This means that every pattern, preference, and bias present in society can be encoded into the system. For example, when an AI model is trained on historical hiring data, it may unintentionally learn to favor certain groups over others simply because those patterns existed in the past. Scientifically, this is a result of statistical learning. The system identifies correlations and optimizes for what appears to be successful outcomes. Psychologically, however, this creates a feedback loop. When people trust AI outputs, they may reinforce those same biases in their own thinking, which then feeds back into future data. Over time, small biases can grow into large systemic distortions. Not because they are accurate, but because they are consistently repeated. Perception Insight Quiz. After you listened, open the quiz tab. The questions reveal how you interpreted what you heard and invite you to have noticed the hidden logic in your reactions. Then, share your score in the comments. The loop that hardens reality. We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. Anais Nin. This feedback loop is not unique to AI. It has already been shaping our experience through social media algorithms for years. When you engage with certain types of content, the system responds by showing you more of the same. Gradually, your perspective becomes more focused, more reinforced, and less exposed to alternative viewpoints. In cognitive science, this process strengthens neural pathways. The more often a belief is activated, the more easily it becomes your default way of thinking. AI accelerates this effect by providing personalized outputs that align closely with your existing preferences. Instead of challenging your perspective, it often reinforces it. Over time, this can create a narrowed version of reality, where your beliefs feel increasingly certain, even if they are incomplete. The weakening mind. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. Plutarch. There is growing evidence that heavy reliance on AI tools can change how our brains function. When we delegate tasks such as writing, problem-solving, or analysis to AI, we reduce the mental effort required to perform them ourselves. From a neuroscience perspective, effort is essential for strengthening neural connections. When we engage deeply with a task, different regions of the brain communicate more actively, building stronger pathways. However, when tasks are completed for us, those pathways are used less frequently. Over time, they can weaken, a process sometimes referred to as cognitive atrophy. This does not mean we are becoming less intelligent, but it does suggest that we may become less practiced in certain types of thinking, particularly those that require sustained focus and creativity. The illusion of efficiency. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Albert Einstein. AI offers remarkable efficiency. Tasks that once took hours can now be completed in seconds, and this speed is undeniably valuable. However, efficiency can create an illusion. When everything becomes easier, we may engage less deeply with the process. Instead of exploring ideas, we accept suggestions. Instead of struggling through complexity, we bypass it. In cognitive terms, this reduces what is known as deep processing, the kind of thinking that leads to genuine understanding and insight. While we gain speed, we may lose depth, and over time, this trade-off can shape not only what we know, but how we know it. The fragile truth. The further a society drifts from truth, the more it will hate those who speak it. George Orwell. One of the most profound shifts brought by AI is its impact on our perception of truth. With the rise of advanced generative models, it is now possible to create highly realistic images, videos, and audio that are entirely fabricated. As awareness of this capability spreads, trust begins to erode. People become more skeptical, not only of false content, but of real content as well. This phenomenon is sometimes referred to as the liar's dividend. When anything can be faked, even genuine evidence can be dismissed as artificial. The result is not just misinformation, but a deeper uncertainty about what can be trusted at all. The cost of doubt. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. Stephen Hawking. In a world where information can be easily manipulated, the burden of verification becomes heavier. Creating misleading content is fast and inexpensive, while verifying its accuracy requires time, effort, and expertise. This imbalance creates a new dynamic where false information can spread rapidly before it can be properly challenged. From a psychological perspective, people often rely on quick judgments rather than careful analysis, especially in fast-paced digital environments. As a result, belief can be shaped more by exposure than by truth, leading to a landscape where perception and reality are increasingly disconnected. The race without pause. The unleashed power of the atom has changed everything save our modes of thinking. Albert Einstein. The development of AI is not happening in isolation. It is part of a global race involving companies and nations competing for technological leadership. Each participant faces a difficult decision. Slowing down may allow for greater safety and reflection, but it also risks falling behind others who continue to advance. This creates a situation where rapid progress becomes the default, even when there are known risks. In game theory, this is a classic example of competitive pressure leading to outcomes that may not be optimal for everyone involved. The new empires. Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Lord Acton. A small number of organizations now control the most advanced AI technologies. These entities possess immense computational resources, vast amounts of data, and the ability to shape digital experiences on a global scale. This concentration of power is unprecedented, while it enables rapid innovation. It also raises important questions about accountability and influence. Unlike traditional forms of power, which are often tied to governments, this new form is rooted in technology and infrastructure. Understanding this shift is essential for navigating the future of the digital world. The human choice. Man is condemned to be free. Jean-Paul Sartre. Despite the scale and complexity of these systems, it is important to remember that they are created by human decisions. Every model, every dataset, and every deployment reflects a series of choices. This means that the trajectory of AI is not predetermined. It is shaped by the values, priorities, and actions of the people who build and use it. From a philosophical perspective, this places responsibility not on the technology itself, but on the systems of thought and behavior that guide its development. The mirror returns. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle. AI is often described as a tool, but it also functions as a mirror. It reflects the patterns present in human behavior, both individually and collectively. When we interact with AI, we are not just receiving information. We are engaging with a system that has been shaped by human data, human decisions, and human history. This reflection can be uncomfortable, but it is also revealing. It allows us to see aspects of ourselves that might otherwise remain hidden. The quiet hope. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Albert Einstein. Throughout history, humanity has faced transformative technologies that reshaped the way we live and think. Each time, there were challenges, uncertainties, and unintended consequences. And each time, we adapted. AI is no exception. It presents both risks and possibilities, and its impact will depend on how we choose to engage with it. The question is not whether AI will change the world. It already is. The deeper question is how it will change us, and whether we remain aware enough to shape that change with intention. This is Decode Code, where we uncover the hidden patterns, unseen costs, and scientific forces shaping the mind in the digital age. The conversation doesn't end here. Visit the quiz tab and share your score in the comments. Thanks for your time. It's been a delight. What should we explore next? Comment, share, and save your insight. Subscribe to Orbital Sapiens and keep your thoughts bright.